Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. This just arrived in the mail today. Rhino High Fidelity's Black Sabbath Paranoid, mastered by Kevin Gray from the original master tapes. Now, is this an interesting reissue, remaster, or is it just one of many? Because Paranoid has been reissued many times. Well, I will answer that question. But to give you a little bit of a context about Paranoid, I'm going to talk you through some of the pressings I've been listening to and my love and struggle with this album. Because a couple of years ago, when I became more fanatic in vinyl, I thought I gotta get these Black Sabbath records in the best shape possible. But for me, it's just impossible to find and buy a first UK of most of these. They are, if you ever find one, at least here in the Netherlands, they are so expensive that you have to look for the best alternative. So I went on a rather big hunt, and a lot of people pointed me towards the 1976 UK pressing, the Nems pressing. Now I have it here, and it's not the gatefold like the Rhino version or the first version, but it's a decent looking pressing, good quality. And although this is the pressing I've been listening to the most, I guess, it has a nice deep sound. Not so happy about the high, and although it had so much more depth than I had ever experienced digitally, and I've been listening to this record for most of my life, really most of my life, digitally, I never really felt the oomph. It's a good pressing, slightly muddy perhaps. It has some punch. It has more punch than what I heard digitally, but I assumed the impact of this would be more like the first time I heard their self-titled album on a first Dutch pressing, which was really impressive. Never had it with this one. Then I got this one, a 1972 French pressing, and I was very happy to find it. I'm not gonna do a horrible French accent. I was very happy to find it because it was closer to an original and has the original French stampers, and it's a gatefold and it's in a good shape. It's even in a better shape than the Nems, and it is definitely a version which has more detail, a good solid bass. It has great dynamics. It really has very impressive dynamics, but Ozzy Osbourne's voice is softer, which also does not bring me the impact that I longed for. So never played this one that much. Might even sell it. Who knows? Then, about a year ago, I got this one from a friend, a first German one. And this was one I was trying to find because I've heard great stories about the first UK one, but I've heard about an equal amount of great stories about the first German one. Now, what is specifically so interesting about this first German one? It is a 320. 320 is a factory, or at least a mastering facility. I believe it's also a factory in Germany. And when you see 320 in the stampers, it's good. It's gonna be good. They were making great masterings, great pressings. So a German 320 is, I mean, if you find one in the stampers, buy it, because most likely you'll have a beautiful, gorgeous pressing. Also, again, the gatefold, but it's a first, so you can expect that. And the problem was it was bumpy. So about half a year ago, I found someone here who could flatten the record, and it sounds spectacular. It has more detail than I could ever imagine. It's louder, more definition. I love the texture, I love the detail, and I've had some great evenings ever since with a friend of mine listening to this. So, having a first German one, such a beautiful, spectacular, nice and detailed pressing, why even bother with a new Rhino? Well, this is the second one. This is the second Black Sabbath pressing of the Rhino High Fidelity series, and as you can see on my channel, I was blown away by the first pressing they did of this one, of the self-titled album, also mastered by Kevin Gray. So I just had to find out if this one was coming close to that one. Now, looking at the way it's packaged, of all the pressings I have, this is the best looking pressing. Very nice, thick cardboard. The artwork is a little bit darker than all the other ones. I'm not sure what happened there. Really not sure what happened there, because all of my other pressings have more light in there. You know, it's brighter. This one is really, really dark. But then again, it's a dark album. Black Sabbath. Bad joke. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I apologize. Bad joke. Just bad policy joke. But what we also have here in the pressing, I already took it out because the cardboard is very thick. I'm very secure in taking things in and out of it. There's a booklet with an entire article about the engineering of this album, and it's really informative. It's really good. This already got me very much into the mood. Then there is the vinyl itself. Nice black inner sleeve with the Rhino High Fidelity logo there. Now, what does it sound like? It is, mesmerizing. Really, it's really mesmerizing. Um, it is, I mean, the bar was raised so high with the other Black Sabbath one by Kevin Gray. So high, yet I was surprised by, after listening to 3 pressings. Carefully selected pressings, by the way. Although you might wonder what the French one, research-wise, was doing there. Although it's a good pressing, but research never points towards a French pressing. Nevertheless, 3 carefully selected pressings. And this one blows all of them away by a landslide. When the needle hits the grooves here, this record opens up in detail, in stereo image, in definition, in punch. The body of the bass guitar here is just astonishing. The detail, the quality, I was just impressed that the amount of detail, the freshness, was actually possible from this tape. I thought this record was recorded, well, the Trident Studios are pretty good. We heard that on the recent Queen demo release. Trident Studios is really good, but I thought that because of the somewhat muddier and harsher sound on all of these pressings, that it's heavy metal. It's the beginning of heavy metal. They might not have had a really audiophile mind while recording it, but there is so much clarity and definition here. When you listen to, for example, Planet Caravan, do not expect gritty old metal sound. Expect that song and the idea behind it is of an audiophile beauty. I never considered Paranoid to be a audiophile record. I just wanted to hear it in the best quality possible. But it is an audiophile record, and not only in a beautiful, more dreamlike song like Planet Caravan. It's also in every song. I mean, Paranoid, mother of all bangers. A song that I have loved a lot, but I used to play it with my first band. Played it so much. I even did a jam session of that song, which lasted for 25 minutes. Yeah, young, alcohol, fun, whatever. So after a while, you get sick of it. I thought, listening to Paranoid, it was on this pressing. It was as if I heard it again for the first time, and it had this drive, this beat, this strong force of energy that just kept on going and kept on going. The bass on there and the way how it falls together with the rhythm guitar, the doom 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 doom. I mean, it makes sense. It makes so much sense because it really takes your gut and makes you jump out of your chair. This record. I mean, a record with so many great songs: Warpix, Paranoid, Planet Caravan, Iron Man, Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, Red Salad, Fairies Wear Boots. 8 tracks of a sincere beauty that defined the future of metal. I have never heard them in this shape. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating when I say this was better than sex. Seriously, it's so astonishingly good. Man, I'm subscribing to Rhino High Fidelity, and I'm gonna be the first one to pre-order if they're gonna do a next title, because this is just the best, the best. And it's pretty expensive because in Europe you can't find these. You can only order them in the United States. So you pay for the shipping costs. You pay for another $15 to get it handled in here, and it's really expensive. But the record itself is $40. And if you're taking a look at the world of audiophile quality, last year my at the top of my list of best audiophile pressings was the Black Sabbath self-title of this series. I'm not sure what this year is going to bring more audiophile quality wise, but this might as well end up on top. And this is a $40 label. I'm willing to pay all these extra costs to get it here, because this is the big competitor for analog productions, let alone MoFi. This is at this moment the big competitor for the biggest labels in audiophile quality. Try and beat this. I'm I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.